Why are you so silly? Uko maju sana. Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Patricia and I'm super happy that you guys are here. Thank you so much for all the feedback on my last video, which was the skincare video. I had so much fun shooting that, and I'm so grateful to all the people who watched, all the people who commented, everybody who said that they would try out the regime, everybody who chimed in with more information that I didn't have, who were able to share more knowledge. So many people learned from that comment section, including myself, so thank you so much. And shout outs to the dermatologists who were in the comment section as well, just being like, yes, and also make sure you do this and don't do this because this is like this, because yes, nyinyi ndio wajuaji. Timam. Anyway, thank you guys so much. Today I'm doing a Q&A video. So about a month ago I asked guys on Instagram to ask me anything, and I was going to film that very night, but I don't remember why I ended up not doing it. There were a ton of questions. I actually did the math, so I took screenshots of all the responses that came through, and I ended up taking 26 screenshots, and each screenshot had 8 questions. So 26 times 8 is 160, 184. It's been a long time since I was in school, guys, so my brain is just, it's like there was rust. It was just creaking doing the math. Some of them are not questions, but they were just comments, and a lot of you guys were very complimentary, and I must say thank you so much because you guys gassed a girl up, yo. Earrings, Kipato. This necklace is from Guo Studio, but it was a collaboration between Guo Studio and Wanja Wohoro for her album, which is called Matriarch. This top is from Katungulu Mwendwa. It's a crop top. I lifted it up to show you my boobs. It's a crop top. Katungulu Mwendwa. Yeah, it's really cute. My rings, Kipato and Masai Market. Kipato, Masai Market. Kipato, Masai Market. Adele Dejac. It's a mix and a match. My hair, courtesy of Gel. Toothbrush for the edges, and another brush similar to a shoe brush for the rest of the hair. A kitabala, which you use to just like flatten on the top of your head. Unafinyilia, then it lies flat like this, and then this is a piece of a wig, a curly wig that I had last year. I wait. Finally I found this to be helpful for just look. I was trying to channel Issa Rae. Insecure. I think I succeeded. I hope I did. Let us get to the Q&A. Kwa sababu mimi kama kawaida ninapenda tu kuongea mambo mingi sana without getting to the business, and I have promised myself that I shall not do that today. These questions are so many, so I'm not going to answer all of them in one sit down. So I'm going to try and get through the questions just throughout the weekend, right? And keep it super simple and chop. Shiro Murioki asks, why are you so silly? Like, how does your mind work? Sasa hapa sijui nijibu nini. What should I say? What can I say? I'm so silly, but my name is not Lily. But I don't like chili, and I've never climbed Mount Kilimanjaro. I don't know how my mind works, but I will give credit to my family. First of all, my family is exactly like me, sometimes even worse. And also my friends, like my BYSS friends, and you know, my friends who encourage me and tell me I'm funny even when I know I'm not. I'd like to thank them so much. Even when they roll their eyes at me, it's okay, just knowing that they still love me with all this ujinga. But it's really just from my family. It's genetic, actually, Shiro. It's just, it's in our blood. Basically, I've called my entire family silly. Thanks, Shiro, for that question. Kwambox, Photoslama, Sweet Pie, you guys have pretty much the same question. Actually, let me just answer. You're asking, why are you so freaking gorgeous? Or yeah, why are you so paying? Thanks, guys, for gassing me up. I really appreciate it. Ningependa right now to say that makeup is my friend. Of course, I'd like to thank Garnier, I'd like to thank MAC, I'd like to thank some Maybelline, and all these other makeups that I have been slathering upon my face. Because kusema ukweli, nikiamka asubuhi, when I wake up in the morning, this is not how I look. No, I did not wake up like this. This was all just painstakingly put upon my face. Years and years of learning how to apply these makeups. So we thank the dear Lord God that he has also provided ways for us to enhance what we have. I really enjoy it. I'm gonna say nobody needs makeup. Nobody needs it. But all the people who say you don't need makeup, you should stay without it. Nobody needs makeup, but we choose to wear it because it's fun. It makes us feel good. It makes us look good. It just makes us enhance whatever it is that we have. We enjoy it. The process of putting makeup on is so therapeutic. It's just wonderful. Oh my gosh, it's me time and it's fun. So ningependa kusema ni asante kwa Mungu Baba, to my mother, who I got this from. She's absolutely stunning. I love my mom. She's beautiful. I also have certain features from my father. I do look like my dad, so thanks to my dad as well. I thank them for coming together and doing that and creating me. I Am Jockey asks, what's your take on the music industry and where it's headed, especially when it comes to paying for concerts by local artists and or purchasing music? Wow. Jockey, the person who asked this question, is an absolutely amazing singer. She's brilliant. Jockey, I think the music industry is definitely headed in an amazing direction. So I think the artists are just bolder. People are creating music because they love it, not because they have to fit into a certain mold. I feel like more and more artists are just creating music because they want to make music and they want to make the kind of music that they like their own sound, especially because we have now the internet where you can just put up your own music and promote it and have your own fans come and love you without the help of radio or TV. I think that's an amazing thing. So it's making people realize that they can create and create and create and just put their stuff out there. Now, consumers of the music, I think we're starting to realize just how much effort and time and heart goes into artists creating music. So we're more open to supporting them. We're more open to paying for their gigs, to paying for their music. The fact that we can stream music from streaming services and also buy music from online platforms where you can purchase them, I think that's amazing because people have more access. I also think, like for instance, Waja, you know, doing that thing where she's crowdfunding, so people are able to support you, help you, you know, put money together, but also we feel a sense of ownership because we feel like we're part of the process. That's done so much in engaging consumers of music. So I think it's definitely a positive space right now. And yeah, you just keep singing as well, Jockey, because you're absolutely dope. Cheers. 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 Yani, I can talk all year about you. You're dope. Junior, what 3 books have you read this year that have lingered with you? Let me say in the last year, so not in 2018 alone, but over the last 12 months. One of the books I read was Homegoing by Ya Gyasi. I don't know if I said her name right. It's a book about slave trade, West Africa. It's such a beautifully written book and it really stuck with me and it made me understand a little bit of the angst that African Americans have in terms of having their history robbed from them, how they were snatched from the continent. It's so brutal, but that book was so beautifully written. And I'm trying to share about it without putting spoilers. So if you can, go look for Homegoing. First I started reading the book one evening, like at 11 on a Sunday. Let me read myself to sleep. I went to sleep at 4 o'clock just because of how engrossed I was. I read that book in 3 days. Like I'd go to work and then come back in the evening and read. And I remember one chapter, I remember just reading, closing the book, and cry. Yani nililia machozi yangu yote. Yahwa. So this is the first one, Homegoing by Ya Gyasi. It's quite the read, like it's a good read. Utaisoma. This, just in understanding the slave trade and basically story told generations trickling down from, it started from Ghana and how they ended up in America and then how full circle present day coming back home. beautifully written, very poignant. 2, I was reading Rising Strong by Brene Brown. She gave a TED talk on, and one of the most viewed TED talks, on vulnerability. She's a thought leader. She has spent the past maybe 14-15 years studying vulnerability, courage, worthiness, and shame. At the time of this book being written, her TED talk had been watched by over 20 million people. So I haven't finished this book, but even the little bit that I read was enlightening. So I'm gonna go back to it. 3, this was a book that was just a really fun read. So last year, I was part of a series by the Goethe Institute called Artistic Expressions that's run by Zukiswa, who's from South Africa. She's a writer from South Africa. She's the one who wrote Made in SA. So basically the premise is 2 types of artists are paired together for something. So I was an actress and I was paired with Angela Makolwa to do a reenactment of her book. And initially I was supposed to do this book, so I read it, loved it. It's about the Black Widow Society, women who are Black widows. I don't want to spoil it for you. But then on the day of the show, a family member passed away, so we had to postpone. So we postponed it to November, and I ended up reading another book which she was going to launch in November called The Blessed Girl, which is basically about girls with blessers in South Africa. So I ended up doing that instead, and I basically took on the character of a girl who has a sponsor, or a blesser as they're called in SA, and that's also another fun read. I just can't find a copy of the book. Alain de Botton, The Course of Love. First of all, this is one of my favorite people in the world. He's a philosopher and he's just one of the most amazing thinkers of our time. And The Course of Love, I feel like every single person who is of age to be in a relationship just needs to read this. Such amazing lessons on love and relationships and marriage, and just understanding certain things that, I don't know, are not common knowledge or are not things that we are taught. In fact, one of the most important things I think he says about marriage, okay, let me read something. It's not the paradox that it seems. Given that marriage yields its important lessons only to those who have signed up for its curriculum, it's normal that readiness should tend to follow rather than precede the ceremony itself, perhaps by a decade or 2. So basically, he's saying that nobody is ready for marriage. You can only be ready for marriage after you've been married for about a decade or 2. And basically he's saying it's like marriage is the sort of thing that you learn. You can only learn about it once you're in it. I don't even know if that makes sense, but anyway, I just love, if you can get this book, it's a beautiful book. I usually aim to read maybe a book a week. I used to read a lot when I was a kid, and now I've read maybe these over the last year, which is Kidogo Sana. Freshwater by Akwake Amezi. I hope I've said it right as well. Beautifully written book, which almost like an autobiography. It's really difficult to speak about this book and what it's about, so I would just say go and read it. It's just a great book. I really enjoyed it. I read this, which was hilarious. This is I'm Judging You by Lovey. And I'm reading this now, Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. What is creativity? The relationship between a human being and the mysteries of inspiration. I'm really excited about getting into it, so I've only just started. But there are many books that have stuck with me. There are so many. These are the ones that I've read most recently. D the Poet asks, do you pray? Yes, I pray a lot. I pray a lot. I pray all the time. What high school did you attend? I went to Moi Girls School, Nairobi, which is over here, Kibera, ama Upper Woodley. Lower Adams, or Upper Woodley, or Kibera, whichever you'd like to call it. But Moi Girls School, Nairobi. Are you in a relationship? Jane Wainaina. No, I am not. What mascara do you use? Are those lashes natural? These ones today are. And here I used Maybelline, the purple one. I got my lashes from my mom. They're natural, guys. I want to pour myself a glass of wine. I'm going to tell you about this wine. First of all, just let me know in the comments below if you drink. What do you drink? Are you a wine drinker, a beer drinker, a whiskey drinker, cognac? I have this wine from 6212 Nauticals. This is a Chardonnay, which is a white one. It is white and it is dry for those who like the simple terms. And so 6212, they were kind enough to send me some bottles of wine. Chardonnay, you drink it chilled. I'm gonna pour myself a glass. Okay, that's enough. Guys, this glass is so big. I could actually have poured this entire bottle and should have gotten until like here. It's one of those Olivia Pope glasses. I got it from House of Leather. They had them for like 500 bob each. It's so big. Actually, this is even too much. But you know, I have a pet peeve. You know those restaurants where they see people like now putting half of the glass, and then so they go and buy a small wine glass that looks like a shot glass, and then they still put it halfway because they saw the big ones being put halfway and they think it's a style rather than the fact that it's because the glass is so big. Shindwe. So these guys, 6212, stands for the nautical miles between Melbourne and Nairobi. The lady who founded this wine company, she has been living in Australia for a while, and these wines are specially made to bring back home. So the vineyard is in the Yarra Valley, Yarra Valley in Australia. And some backstory on the founder: she actually works as a nurse in Australia, and I love this so much, and I hope she doesn't mind me sharing. She works as a nurse in Australia, but she found the time, even, you know, aside from working her night shifts, I know she has like night shifts sometimes, but she still took the time to also work on this company. So she's an entrepreneur, and she wanted the best of Australian wines, but made to bring them back home. They're made specifically for Kenyans, like to be enjoyed under the African sun. That's what she says. So she has Chardonnay, she has a Sangiovese, I don't know how to say that name, Saint-Jovi. She has a Pinot Noir. Actually, you can go to her website. I'm a wine person, but also I'm a whiskey drinker sometimes. I also like vodkas and gins. Like, for me, I am not discriminatory. Pinot Noir, Xanadu Exmo Cabernet Sauvignon, Yarra Bank Crème de Cuvée, Yering Station Shiraz Viognier, Riesling, Nebbiolo Rosé. But basically, I really admire her and I respect her, being a Kenyan working in Australia as a nurse, because she came back home. She came home, tried to find work. It didn't work out, so she went back to Australia. She found work within a month, and she also has the time and effort to create this beautiful brand. And I really love the name that she gave it. I love everything about it, and the wines taste so good. Like, this one is a full-bodied wine. Yani iko na curves. It has a full body, you know, full curvaceous body. If it was a man, he would be muscular. Angekuwa na abs. Yani full body. Guys, I'm just being dumb. You can go and order off of the website, so 6212nauticals.com, and you'll find it. If you understand, or you're seeking to understand wine, you can try them out. I really think that these are good wines to just enjoy, especially like that last weekend. I was just home having the time of my life by myself, just watching TV. Oh my gosh, I really enjoy just being home in a onesie and having a glass of wine and just Netflixing and chilling. It's like one of the most amazing things to do. And another thing, she's hoping that once this business picks up, then she'll be able to come back home and do some philanthropic work alongside running this business. So how amazing is that? She's super dope. Shout outs to you, girl. Keep rocking. All right, tuendelee na Q&A. Tiger by Design asks, were your parents supportive of your dreams? Yes. There were times when sometimes my dad would say, oh, you want to be a singer? I can take you to Congo. You can sing there. You can sing Lingala. Actually, yes, fully. There's a time I wanted to be a lawyer. My dad took me to law school to check out the courses. There's a time I wanted to be a pilot. He actually spoke to a pilot and was like, you know, find out about it. Like, my mind jumped over this and that and this and that. Even though I knew singing was something that I wanted to do since I was a kid. You know how we're brought up to think that singing is just a hobby, but you have to pick something serious to do. So that's what happened. I always was like, okay, fine, so what is the professional thing I'm going to do, and then sing on the side. But eventually I ended up being a creative, which I really love, and my parents are super supportive. My mom comes to all my shows. My dad has come to a couple of my shows. When he's around, he'll come. So I'm really happy about that. Musa Mali asks, what do you like the most about yourself? I really just like that I can sit with myself and have a good time by myself and crack myself up. Saa zingine nitakuwa tu, I'll be sitting in the house by myself and I think of something funny and I start laughing, and I really like that about myself, because I don't think that makes me crazy that I talk to myself sometimes. I think it just means that I am comfortable in my own company. I also like that even if people laugh at me, I don't take offense. We just laugh together, because I assume that some of the things I say I don't think are funny, but people laugh and I'm like, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Why are you running? Why are you laughing? So funny. Oh my god. Jerry Gashari asks, how was it seeing Beyonce in real life? After seeing a normal Kenyan go see B, hata mimi naeza enda. Yo, let me just say this. I had to give myself a pep talk as I was paying for that ticket. I was like, Patricia, don't worry. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it's Beyonce. You'll get inspiration. You'll be taking notes for performance and how to be on stage. And watching her was so surreal. So we ended up watching her twice. It was so surreal, and she just made me feel like, yo, we're not that far behind, by the way. If we had the access to the budget that she has and the resources that she has, and then of course, you know, her experience and the hype, MDQ performing on stage gives such good energy that seeing her just made me think we're not that far behind, to be honest. And she was amazing, and her and her husband on stage were just magical, and shout outs to them. Shout outs to Jay-Z and Beyonce. Wow. Whew. All right, next question. Will you go out on a date if I ask you out? You can ask me out and I'll go on a date with someone else. That's cruel, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not really dating at the moment. Thanks though. Thanks. Bye. Define yourself with 3 words. Fun, funny. No, fun, like I like to have fun. Adventurous or spontaneous. Down for whatever. 3 words ni gumu. I'm somebody who just kind of likes to go with the flow and is open to adventures and open to whatever direction life takes her, and just likes to live life in a fun way. I don't know, that question makes me feel very awkward. I don't know how to describe myself. Koi asks, do you still own a scooter? If so, where did you get yours? Yes, I still own my scooter. I got it from distributors in industrial area on Dar es Salaam Road called Tasha Enterprises. They're distributors for an American company called Global, and that's the company I got my scooter from. I got it from the showroom there. They have the showroom on Dar es Salaam Road in industrial area. I haven't ridden it in a while because I haven't renewed the insurance, because I didn't go to pick up the logbook. So the insurance expired and I need to pick up the logbook before I can renew the insurance so that I can ride it again safely. So I just need to do that. Did you ever realize there were subconscious limiting beliefs that needed to be gotten rid of? This from Sherry Mugambi. Yes, and I'm still continuously trying to unlearn those beliefs. There's so much we are taught, or so much that comes in our default settings in society about what we can and cannot do, or what we should and shouldn't do. And I'm slowly just unlearning certain things when it comes to money, when it comes to abundance, when it comes to manifesting, when it comes to working and enjoying work and not having to struggle through life. Or, you know, there's people who think there's reward in suffering. so long as we're not hurting anybody, and so long as we are keeping with what is true to us. Sometimes I'll find myself like free of certain thoughts, and I start to see things happening around me, and I'm like, wow, and I enjoy it, and I continue on that path, and you know, exercising gratitude. And then sometimes I get to a point where I'm like, wait, this is a lot. Do I really deserve this? Like, I need to like suffer through work. I need to and I start to even come in the way of myself and the dreams that I want to realize for myself. So yes, there are subconscious limiting beliefs that do need to be gotten rid of, for sure, and I'm constantly trying to learn every day how better to do that in my life. Thank you for that question, Sherry. Salha Too Real, what camera do you use? For my vlogs, for my YouTube vlogs, like when I was traveling, or from last year when I was doing like zip lining and whatnot, I was mostly using my phone. At the time I was using an iPhone 6, and then I upgraded to an iPhone 8 Plus, so I was using that to vlog. I have a GoPro, but I don't know, I haven't really liked the footage off of it so far. Maybe I just don't know how to use it. Some videos I was shooting with a Canon 600D, which I've had for 6 years. And then I recently got this camera, which I'm shooting with here, which is the Canon G7X Mark II, which every vlogger uses, and that's what I'm using now. Also, Salha asks, are you happy with this point in time in your life? Yeah, I think I'm happy right now in this moment. I'm really happy with where I'm at. Definitely keen to work harder and keen to, I'm not at content in the sense that I'm not at like, okay, I've made it, nimefika maisha pale, you know, but I'm definitely happy, and I'm happy that I have the capability to work harder, to grow, and to improve, and to just expand myself more. I like to say that, to expand myself more. So I'm super happy because I also know that I have room to grow. Also, Salha, wow, you asked many questions. How crazy are you 1 to 10? How crazy do you think I am? And what is the context of this question? I'm not understanding. Crazy as like, am I crazy like... I like to do crazy stuff. Vicky Akom, favorite book of all time? Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which should have been in this pile because I also read it like 2 weeks ago. But also I read it for the first time 7 years ago, and it stuck with me, and it's one of the most beautiful books I've read. Jonathan Livingston Seagull. It's in my room, it's by my bed, and I recommend it to anybody and everyone. And I know there's a PDF link somewhere online, and I'm gonna share it in the description box below. It's a quick read, maybe you can read it in like an hour or two. Let me know what you think. I loved it because it's such a profound message in my life, and I think the PDF link, I think, just has the 3 parts, but the new book that I got the 4th part, which was added maybe 5 years ago, and I got it from Amazon. So my Amazon shop, link below, you can go find it there. What's your favorite movie of all time? Shawshank Redemption, Interstellar, Inception, Predestination, those kinds of like mind-boggling movies. I like those kinds of movies. The movies where you're like, oh snap, I didn't see that coming. Cupcake 7. Your lashes, what do you do to get them that long? Your nails as well, do you have a specific routine? My lashes, I'm gonna say it's genetic because my mom also has long lashes, but also Maybelline mascara is really good, or the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. And guys, if I talk about any products that are not available in Kenya, let me just tell you, because Savostore have made shipping stuff into Kenya so easy, I don't feel like products are so far. And you realize that some things you even shop for online, it's cheaper. It's cheaper than getting them here. If I say something and it's not locally available, it doesn't mean it's super expensive and it's hard to get here. Savostore really have changed the game when it comes to bringing stuff to Kenya. So just check my Amazon store link and it could be listed there, and it's easy, you can just buy it from there directly. My nails have really suffered over the last few months, so I'm keeping them short as I grow them back. It's just because I was doing a lot of stick-ons with all the traveling and whatnot, because I thought it was more convenient. Jackie of Lux Nails Parlor in town is helping me like bring them back to their former glory. So at the moment we're keeping them short as she rejuvenates them, but I'll put her details here because she's so good, and she's the one who also got Sheila Ninda's nails to grow so long. My nails used to grow really long, but nimeziaribu this year. Which is the next country you'd like to visit? I would really like to visit, I'd like to go to Italy, I'd like to go to Morocco, I'd like to go to the Maldives, I'd like to go to Costa Rica and Greece. I love your jewelry. How do you make them shine all the time? There's a polish one, is called Polic. There's also Brasso. They're all available at Chandarana. You can use it on silver and on brass. What made you join the radio, and would you prefer doing music as a career? To be honest, I used to listen to Nini Washera on Capital FM back when she was doing late night, and I loved that show so much. And I used to say, man, I'd love to do a show like that, and if Nini ever decides to retire, I would love to replace her. Of course, those plans did not work out, but I still remained determined to work in radio. I wanted to play the kind of music that was being played on late night, but by African artists. I was banging down doors and things, and until I finally got into 1FM, which was supposed to be an exclusively African station, playing music that you don't get to hear on radio. I worked there for 2 years, but as a news anchor, because they were like, the show you want to do, we're not ready for it yet, but give us some time. 2 years later, I was just like, guys, it's been 2 years, I'm gonna go. They let me go on tour. I was going on a tour to Europe, but when I came back, they were like, nah, you know, do this. And I was just like, that's not for me. So I left amicably. Things worked out, and I ended up at HBR, and I've been doing this show, Afro Central, that I love for almost 5 years now, and I love it. The second part of the question was, would you prefer doing music as a career? Would I prefer, like, does that mean would I have to choose either one or the other? I feel like I can do both. I don't have to choose one over the other. In fact, they complement each other so well. So I wouldn't prefer to do music. I would just prefer to do both. Gessa, are you single? Yes. Gessa again. How old are you? What did you study at university, and where did you study? I am 32 years old. I'm turning 33 in January. Yes, that too. I studied psychology. Yes, I've worked as a shrink. I studied psychology in university, and I studied at Moi University in Eldoret. Uko maju sana. Huko bali sana maju. Yes, abroad. It's a broad road. Have you struggled with any insecurity over the years, and do you think you've conquered it? I still struggle with insecurity till today. Yeah, I've struggled with insecurity over the years. I think this culture of comparison since childhood has just been the most detrimental thing to a lot of us, and it's the one thing that makes you insecure about yourself because you're not firm in your belief in who you are. Yes, I struggle with that quite a bit till today. I still have moments where I'm insecure about certain things, but it's getting better because I'm more confident, I guess, and I'm learning to be more confident and secure in my own skin. And I think also, like, the older you get, the less you care. Oh, another book. I don't have it because I gave it away, but it's a Mark Manson book, and I will put the picture right here. That book has lingered with me, Junior. Thank you for your question. Ni vile tu nilipatiana. Otherwise, I read it over a year ago. It was a gift from a good friend of mine who I guess thought I was giving too many. And I must say he was right. He was correct. What's your favorite holiday destination place? I don't think I've traveled to enough holiday destinations to say I have a favorite, but I really love Lamu. It's special to me. It's special to my heart. Why don't you sing professionally anymore? I shared about this about 2 weeks ago on my Instagram, but long story short, I let my insecurities get to me, and I questioned my ability and my capabilities, and I didn't believe in myself. yeah, that's pretty much it. Are you a born again believer? I love your spirit. From this end, feel like you're so down to earth. I do believe in God. I speak to God every day. I believe in a higher being, a higher presence, something that works wonders in our lives. But I'm still figuring that out. So I don't know if I would take, I don't know that I like that there's titles to it, or born again, or da da da, because I don't know what that insinuates. I believe in God, and I see God's grace and goodness and miraculous wonders, and I believe that there is a higher being that wants what's best for me, and also I believe that God resides within me and within every single person. So I don't know that I'm making sense because I'm still figuring this out quite a bit. I'm still figuring it out, and I don't know that I subscribe to indoctrination, or I believe in God. No more titles, just that. Betsa asks, how are you always happy? I'm not always happy. Haven't you realized by now that social media is people's highlight reel? People just share their highlights. So when I'm not in a good mood, trust me, I'm not gonna be like on my Insta stories like, oh, I'm so sad. I'm not. And I'm very cautious and wary about the energy that I put out into the world, because I don't want that. I don't want to put out bad stuff. So I would prefer if people come to my pages and they leave happy or entertained or smiling or laughing. But I'm not like that all the time. Not that I pretend to be happy, but when I'm happy, or if you see me happy on social media, it's the truth. But there's definitely low moments. I just don't feel like my best, or I'm not even up to like lifting up my phone to my face to share a low moment. So sometimes I'll have questions, I'll be introspective, and I'll share those moments where I'm like, yo, okay, I've been thinking about this, or I've been feeling like this. But in the depths of those moments, picking up a phone and posting about it is the last thing on my mind. I'm usually just more focused on trying to get through the funk and to get out of the funk on the other side better. So I'm not happy all the time, my dear. I'm not. That would be so exhausting. Oh my god. It's like a car revving non-stop. But also, guys, I know I'm having a drink, but just drink responsibly, eh? Drink responsibly. Drink responsibly, guys. Drink responsibly. Hey, no, you don't want to be... People also think that, you know the way they say, if it's your day, it's your day. Car accidents don't just cause death. They can cause paralysis. They can cause you to lose a limb. They can just irrevocably traumatize you for life. So drink responsibly, guys. You know what? I'm getting sleepy. So I'm gonna do the last couple of questions, and then we'll do the rest of the questions over the weekend. Okay? Where did you buy the retinol? I bought the retinol on Amazon.com, my Amazon store. I've put it in the description box below, so you can click on it and you'll find the stuff I buy off of Amazon. What's currently on your playlist? Namnyak. Namnyak! Hi! My playlist right now, let me see what's on my iTunes. What have I been listening to? J Prince in the morning, Jordan Makampa, One in the Same, Jockey Karu, anything by Jockey Karu is dope. Will Gittens is amazing. Sunderson, that's Brent Fayaz, dope. Diana Gordon, she's amazing. Fool's Paradise, Ukweli and Karun, and Make Believe by Blinky and Karun, that's dope. Niwibo Nyingi, by the way. Wanja Wahoro, of course, she's absolutely amazing. Simi is dope from Nigeria. Mombi Kasumba, she's not Kenyan. I know Mombi is a Kenyan name, but she's not Kenyan, and she's absolutely amazing. Dempsey is dope. Some of you guys have left some really amazing comments. I'm not gonna read them because I feel like that's kind of vain of me to read them, but thank you for everybody who said everything that you said. Thank you so much. Okay guys, I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. Bye.
Say, we've been past this place 4 times. It's right next door to